Hello everyone, my name is Dave. I've noticed that there are a number of videos of the Ford Panther body cars on YouTube. So today I decided to show you my 1991 Ford Crown Victoria. Actually, I'm just going to give you a sneak peek. It's pretty disgracefully dirty after sitting for 4 years without being started or run. And I'll show you what I've been working on, and we'll see if we can get her started. History of this car is a little fuzzy. It was purchased in the summer of 1991 at Byerly Ford in Shively, Kentucky. It's supposedly some kind of commemorative edition. It was one of the last of the square body cars made, as the egg-shaped bodies came out in '92. This one was supposedly purchased by a police officer and his wife. It eventually made it into the hands of their nephew after it had been refurbished following an accident, some vandalism, and sitting outside its whole life. I bought it in 2002 and drove it for about 5 years. And during that time I just did basic maintenance on it. It developed a few little problems, mostly at the front of the engine. A lot of squeaks and leaks and whatnot. And then one morning it blew out the thermostat gasket on the way to work, so I decided at that time it was just time to park it and fix every suspect part on it. Which brings us to where we are today. So everything on the front of the engine has been replaced, every suspect part. Everything is either new or refurbished. Every single nut and bolt on it has been refinished here that I took off. I decided to take it all the way down to the timing chain, which was a good thing because it had about 1.25 inches of play in it. Obviously it's going to need a battery. So at this point I'm ready to install the radiator, fill it up with fluid, power steering fluid, and I will take care of that and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are back again. Everything is put back together. I just put water in it for now. If everything looks good after we get her warmed up, I will go ahead and drain that, flush it, and fill it with coolant. Has fresh power steering fluid. I'm ready to connect the battery and we'll see what happens. Oh, there's an encouraging sign. All right. Notice I have a few things covered up here. Some of this chrome has already been replaced. I did a little paint work on this door, and in the process I put a new mirror and door handle on. So since it sits outside, I really like to try to protect it as best I can. See what we've got here. All right. Okay, I do not see an oil light, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's go back out here and see what we can find. And this one, the oil sending unit here is down right behind the timing cover. It's a brand new oil sending unit, so it should be good. The wire was on there. Appears to be in good shape. Do some circuit testing, see what I can find real quick here. If I can't figure this out pretty soon, I might have to. I'll have to sign off, figure this out. I just don't feel comfortable starting it without having that oil light. Alright, the ignition is back on. Ground wire on. Now, with the ignition on, this bad boy should be hot. And it is not. I've got no light on the test light, so I don't know what's going on there. Got to be something I did, because it was working when I brought it in here. Got all these loose wires. I don't know what all this stuff goes to. This car's got just about every accessory on it, so I can't imagine what it would be. I think we found something. There's a male and a female that look like they go together. Alright, now let's see what we've got here. Where'd my wire go? Oh, there it is. And we have light. That was it. Okay. Plug back in here. Alright. Got her all back on. And there it is. And also, we are on E. Alright. So first what I'm going to do here before I start it up, I'm going to just crank it over with the starter for a few seconds, just kind of wet the engine down, let the oil pump spin a little bit, maybe build up a little bit of pressure so we don't have a tremendous amount of dry scraping. I also took the plugs out, the spark plugs, squirted a little oil in each cylinder to try to reduce the dry scraping on the cylinders on first startup. So I'm just going to crank it over for right now. Disconnect this coil. Alright, that should be enough. You're all wetted down. Definitely getting gas. I can smell it. That's not bad. So here goes. If anything pops, blows up, starts squirting, you'll see it at the same time I did. Not sure exactly what that noise is right there. I know there's an exhaust leak on it. That fan is hitting the shroud, is what that is. Let's see what we've got here. Yeah, definitely hitting the shroud. Had this problem before. The shroud fits so close against this fan. When the car is raised up and sitting on stands, the front end sags just enough to close that gap between the fan and the shroud. So I believe when I take it off the stands and let it down, it'll be alright. It's rubbing there at the very bottom. I tried to pull it down a little bit. See if I did any good.
idling awfully low.